How ironical that a leader of one country is accusing another country of developing nuclear weapons when his own country will not confirm whether or not they have nuclear weapons. It really is preposterous nonsense, and it demonstrates once again what an inverted world we live in. Now, turning to the details of Mr. Netanyahu's speech, there was nothing new in it. A few years ago, Mr. Netanyahu addressed the General Assembly of the United Nations. His speech then, compared to his speech recently, was virtually identical in content, in tone, and in accusations.
Words are all too easy, but what counts is what happens after talks are brought to the negotiation table. When the United Nations passed a resolution in 1968 calling for a nuclear non-proliferation treaty, Israel wasted no time in talking in favor of it. But till today, Israel has not joined the treaty and has between 100 and 400 undeclared nuclear warheads, mostly put at over 200. This is while Iran is an NPT signatory since 1970, when the treaty was first presented for signing and ratification. Trump will probably find himself alone in isolating himself from the deal, as Europe is in an economic conflict of sorts with the US in spite of the high trade volume between those two parties. First of all, America is demanding that Europe reduce tariffs on US imports. Also, unlike the US, which is the world's most expensive oil exporter after Iran and OPEC, Europe is not in favor of oil prices rising. And that is exactly what will happen if Iran's oil sales are reduced in volume. The average global price of oil per barrel is $65 US.
It is not in the interests, economically speaking, for Europe and Iran to become involved in a very, very bitter standoff with each other, because Europe does a lot of trade with Iran. The EU at the moment is not in a very healthy state, and should economic relations with Iran be affected, then of course the EU would suffer. But for America, it is very much in the interests of America for the price of oil to go up.